How did I suddenly turn into a Stony? Hey, look, I found another hole. It's complicated. Yeah, we've got more kickball to play. We do things a little differently here. The lowest score actually wins. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure why you have to be a Stony to play kickball. Seems like maybe we need some Title 10 up in this business. But who cares? It's time for more sports ball. This time, instead of kicking stuff into my own goal, I'll be kicking stuff into everyone else's goal. And keep those balls away from the blue zone, thank you. Otherwise, I might get blue balls. I don't know. Well, so far this is going pretty well, although red clearly needs more points. Hey, 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 hey! What do you guys think you're doing? I don't like this at all. Thank you, thank you. Must give red more points. Well, it was fairly close, but it looks like I've won. So let's get ready to move on to the second match. Just as soon as this guy finishes talking. Man, that Minjo's annoying. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to acknowledge that he's there and he's whistling, and I wish he would stop. This semifinal makes things kind of interesting because this time we all start off with 50 points, and so now we are going to go back to kicking balls. You'll notice a couple of the red balls are blinky, and that means that they're worth 2 points instead of 1. So you'll definitely want to go after those. But aside from that, it's still a fairly game. I don't think I've ever managed to get myself all the way down to 0. I've gotten pretty close, but there are no negatives in this game. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Just gotta keep getting lucky with the balls appearing next to me. Alright. Wow, a 1-point spread. Well, hey, at least I'm winning these games instead of barely winning these games. The Coliseum Kickball Final awaits. Getting through this a lot faster than last time, because like 2 out of the 3 events took 2 tries last time. See, now that I think about it, save state, just to make restarting easier for myself. Never be the Coliseum champion, that's what they told lots of people. Don't give me points, give you bombs. I don't like how aggressive these AI are all of a sudden. Nope, that was some good goaltending if I say so myself. Stop! No! Alright, well I guess I'll just keep grabbing these reds. And give purple some points, why don't you? Alright, now the situation is starting to stabilize. Man, those guys really look like easy targets for bombs since they all seem to be in the same spot all the time. Do we get a trophy? We wouldn't be doing this if there weren't a trophy involved. Alright, well that was fun being a Stony. Guess I'll stop being a Stony and get unstoned. Well, you know the rules. No leaving a level as a transformation. Except if it's that transformation. Told you this level was weird. Well, we've still got a few more other things to take care of, but we're actually approaching being finished with this level. And that is nice, because then the deaths can stop. Please stop the deaths. really hope I don't die in this segment, but I'm honestly not betting on myself right now. But we are going to do a thing, and by do a thing, I mean we're splitting up. Because I've set up for multiple jiggies in this level, and I haven't actually gone and picked them up. Two of them just so happen to be banjo-only jiggies, so we'll be flying. I guess we're not flying because we're banjo, but we're gonna be soloing out for a while. You know what that means. Just loading is done, and you know what that means. More double jumps. Love it. I must always spend most of my time in the air. These are the rules. Alright, so you remember the oil rig thing we turned on? Yeah, we gotta go in here. You would think you could put a Clockwork Kazooie egg through this hole, but nope. Has to be Banjo on his own because it goes into another level. Well, wait a minute. You aren't allowed to go into other levels if you're a solo. Well, I guess not, because you can do it in this level. Yeah, we're going to be showing a lot of rules breaking in this segment, I guess. So, you remember that caveman that we brought back to life? So, you remember that caveman that we brought back to life with Mumbo a while ago? I did the exact same thing that caused me to die earlier. Will I ever learn my lesson? Oh, crap, I forgot to do something. Kazooie. There we go. That's not enough for you? Here, taste my invisible fire. He changes from blue to peach. Another great voice in this game. Anything for a jiggy. Yeah, so despite the fact that, yeah, you probably saw what I was about to do. Going to be using Taxi Pack to get that guy over to that tent in the fire world. And despite the fact that he's definitely going to the fire world shortly, he won't move an inch unless we've shot some fire at him first. What a picky old man who requires the services of all three characters that you're able to play as in this game. Well, I guess he technically doesn't require any services from Banjo-Kazooie Together exclusive moves, but this really isn't that tedious or time-consuming, but it's made tedious and time-consuming by the fact that I forgot to do something. So it's entirely my fault. Man, if these warp pads didn't exist in the game, this game would probably take at least twice as long to finish. I probably overestimate its length. I think when I was playing the game as a kid, because it took me a long time to figure things out, it took me over 40 hours to finish it. But I'll probably give you a time when I finish this Let's Play, but I think my average completion time is somewhere between, like, 20 and 30 hours. I forget what he said about the jiggy or how he got it, but it doesn't matter because it's time to grab a jiggy. And if we stick around for a while, I wonder what adventures may wait me. No, that's not the line I'm waiting for. Say your line. I'll sleep right next to you until you say your line. Here we go. That many have presumed to be a reference to the Dolphin, which was the code name for the Nintendo GameCube back in the day. This game came out in 2000 and the GameCube came out in 2001, so maybe Rare was batting around the idea of making a Saberman game on the GameCube, who knows? Other notable Nintendo code names. That whole generation for Nintendo was water-themed because the Game Boy Advance's code name was Atlantis. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of people probably remember the Wii being known as the Revolution, but even before then, I think a lot of people... This may or may not have been official, but a lot of people, myself included, would just refer to it as N5. So when you boot up your Wii for the first time and you're told to name your console, I chose N5. Well, that ought to about do it for this level, actually. I finished up in here a lot sooner than I thought. But instead of going to a new level, how about we do some more cleanup of stuff that requires moves from levels. There is no force on heaven or earth that could get me back to Pterodactyl Land, except for the promise of another Jiggy. So, we've crossed this area with Banjo and Kazooie together, as well as Kazooie on her own, and now we're doing Banjo on his own. Making use of our, what is this called, a snooze pack or something? Why is that move from Grunty Industries, which is really similar to the crushing building or whatever it was called in Grunty Industries. Go through here, get squashed, take a hit, take a nap, gain more health, and then just keep going until you make it all the way through. So despite having to go a lot longer distance than in the crushing shed, it actually didn't take as long as I was thinking. And where does this go, you might ask? Well, I know, not only because of I know, but because of the blue aura. That's technically part of another level. So, we have two ways to do this. We can either get Kazooie over here the way we did normally, but I think it's more fun to get Banjo and Kazooie over here the way we did earlier. So I'm going to take this slide over here. Luckily the switch stays depressed so we can still go through. Hey Kazooie, it's time to use that move. Do I have enough feathers? Okay, good, I have enough feathers. That would really suck if I didn't. Alright, let's do this. Gotta use that move whenever I get the chance, just because it's so much fun. See, I was kinda lying. We weren't actually done with Hailfire Peaks. That technically counts as a Hailfire Peaks Jiggy. Another example of breaking the rules, because we did the exact same thing earlier by collecting a Jiggy in Grunty Industries, but it counted as a Hailfire Peaks Jiggy. This game is weird like that sometimes. I'll put some jolly in your Roger. We got two quick Jiggies to grab in here, and they will both be with Kazooie only, so... Bye, Banjo! If you remember, that shortcut in Hailfire Peaks to Wumbo's Wigwam wasn't the first time we destroyed part of Mumbo's skull. So we still have this gaping hole in here that I don't think I've ever actually gone in yet. Because there's only one thing in here, and it's the Jiggy I'm about to get. So we got this turtle here, you see. And, well, he appeared in the original Banjo-Kazooie, and he was also a playable character in Diddy Kong Racing. It's kind of interesting how Rare made a kart racer early on in their Well, not really early on in their development life cycle, because they've been around for a long time, but basically they made a game with a bunch of characters in it, and then they made games for those characters later on. Kind of funny, you usually see things being done the other way around. And yeah, it was the turtle egg, and we gotta sit on it. I don't know why the turtle didn't think of it, probably because this isn't how turtle eggs work. I kind of skipped over a funny kazooie joke there, but we're actually not done, we gotta do this. And a happy father and son is made. Luckily, he's not like real turtles where he laid like 100 some odd eggs and only 1 or 2 survived. So, good on you, Rare. Make me feel a little bit happier about the plight of turtles. But enough of that. We've got over 70 jiggies now, so we already have more than enough to complete the game, so technically speaking, I could just completely skip the last main level and just go straight on in, but that would be a total cop-out. I gotta do that level. And by I gotta do that level, I mean I gotta keep going the wrong way. Hey, in the other one, in Hailfire Peaks, both entrances had different colors, like one was black and the other was white to help you differentiate. This one they were both white, so I couldn't tell. So we're just gonna mosey our way on here. Luckily, the stuff that I'm here to get does not require me to go into the big water at any point, which is nice. So yeah, see a jiggy, glide to a jiggy. And get a jiggy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know it's not easy? Swimming as Kazooie. Grunty Industries. More like Grunting Industries. You know, with all the enemies that go and aye. All the disgruntled employees. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, this is an area I haven't been to yet because it's another area with nothing but a jiggy in it. And I just go like here, and there we go. Jiggy Central, or Jiggy City Population Me. Luckily the acid is kind enough to teleport me out of the acid, which is helpful, because I didn't feel like swimming in that junk. Now, swimming in that, like, pool with a whole bunch of possibly also acid being sent into it in Jolly Roger's Lagoon, fine. But a pool of pure acid, that's where I draw the line. You know what, I don't mind dying, because to get to where I want to go, dying is probably faster. And before I forget, there is still a Jinjo that I forgot to get while I was out here. There it is. Oh, nuts! Okay, that's better. Banjo, you're so helpful in this segment. I meant to do that. Shoes, 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 shoes. Alright, I'll stop. And Jinjo me, baby. Okay, cool. We finished the Black Family. Let's celebrate with death. Now that all that cleanup is done, I have successfully collected all the jiggies that don't involve going into the last level of the game, so I will leave you all on a short preview of the last level. Okay, there's your preview. Bye.